And whee! Ah, here we are. Carvy's Twigs, bird of the day. This is one's for Budgie. Wait, is Budgie Eater even still in the chat? You still in the chat, Budgie Eater? I hope you're still there, Budgie Eater, because if you're not, then I don't know what I'm doing this for. What am I even doing bird of the day for if you're not even here? I think you're here. Because this bird of the day is for you, Budgie Eater. Finally. Yeah, there we go. Finally. Well, this bird of the day was a request from our chatter, Budgie Eater. He's a budgie smuggler. Well, the bird of the day today was requested by Budgie Eater because he was very demanding of what he wanted to see. What did he want to see? He wanted to see, well, he wanted me to show him something. Want to show him my boobies. He wanted to see some boobies. So today we're showing off some boobies. Oh man, look at this booby. He's got just blue feet. It's the blue-footed booby. Hey, you got some boobies. Yeah, we got some boobies on the thing today. Want me to show them the boobies? Here's the boobies. We got some boobies for you. Oh, yeah. It's not chocobo, goddammit. It's boobies. It's boobies. Why did I write D there? Why did I write D? D! Okay. Yeah, big bro, this looks concerning. Yeah, that booby on the right there looks concerning. So this is a 32-inch long bird with a 60-inch wingspan, so they're actually kind of bigger than you think. Pretty big birds. Pretty big birds. About average weighs about 3.2 pounds, with the females being slightly larger than the males. Also, their pupil size and their eyes are different. The females have slightly bigger pupils. It's kind of interesting. Yeah. I don't know why I have that D there. It's because I work off a template and it's... Did you say inch long? Yeah, I said inch long bird. That's exactly what I said, Gigapeon. That's the basics of the booby there. The Sulidae family and the Suliforms. Boobies are pretty much in their own order to themselves, but there's a lot of different types of boobies. But the blue-footed booby is, they're probably the most well-known there. And if you see there, they're very much a water bird. So the red areas are the areas where you're going to see them doing a lot of their nesting. But then, you know, that whole area there, that's kind of their range where they'll fly around, swim around, do all that. That red island is off the coast of South America there. It's Galapagos. They're a Galapagosy bird. Galapagosy. So yeah, they're a type of bird that hangs out in the ocean because they're a fishing bird. They are a fishing bird. Very at home in the ocean. And so, oh, their feet? Why do they got the blue feet? Who named these birds, though? Some pervert. Some pervert, yeah. He's like, oh, look at this bird. It's Booby. Even though you look at kind of flat-chested. Oh, look at kind of flat-chested. But those feet, oh my god, those feet. Why do they have such bright blue feet? Well, the bright blue feet, the boobies float? Of course boobies float. Most birds float. Birds are, like, some of the least dense animals on the planet. Pretty much all birds are going to float. I mean, even an ostrich and an emu would probably float. So all birds float. They're very light. But the blue-footed booby, why they got those blue feet? Well, the bluefoot is pretty much used as a kind of a mating display thing, like to show it off. And when they're doing their little mating dance, they'll like flip their feet up like one at a time and be like, "Hey, baby, check out my feet. Check out my awesome blue feet." But also the males go after women who have, yeah, they do a little step dance. It's pretty cute. They'll go after the ladies who have the brighter blue feet as well because, well, it turns out that a lot of the fish they eat have blue in their scales. And so the more of those fish they eat, it has the keratins in them. And their feet will turn brighter blue the more fish they eat and the healthier they are. So a booby that has brighter blue feet indicates that that booby is in better health and it is a better hunter. So it actually goes to show, it's like if you pick a mate that's got brighter blue feet, that means your babies are going to be better and stronger. Oh yeah, see about the color of the feet of a man. It's good, man. If your feet are good colored, you're good. And then once the lady has said, okay, you're pretty good. I like you. They kind of do a little dance together, show off each other's feet. They do a little courtship dance. It's real cute. It's real cute. Yeah, it's kind of nice. And then boobies, they tend to live in colonies. They kind of hang around each other, big groups of boobies. You know, helps protect them from predators. And, you know, they're just going to kind of move along where the best hunting is. Now, one of the things about boobies that I found, the Charlie Brown dance, that's exactly what they do. Yeah, a little sideways. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Arms straight down at the side, head bobbing. Or maybe do the yeah, that's what they're doing. You know what dance I'm talking about. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. So one thing that I found was interesting about blue-footed boobies is, so normally birds will have what they call a clutch of eggs, where all the eggs are pretty much laid in the same day and incubated in the same time period and hatch, you know, very close to each other. Well, that's not true with boobies. They'll have like an egg, and 2 weeks later they'll have another egg, and a couple weeks later they'll have another egg, and they're staggered out. So they lay eggs separate from each other, and then, of course, because they do that, the eggs hatch earlier. But this has led to an interesting behavior where if food is scarce and the parents aren't able to provide for them, older siblings will actually murder their little brothers and sisters to have a better chance of food, and the parents will do absolutely nothing about it. They'll just sit there and watch as one of their babies kills another one of their other babies. It's kind of gruesome and kind of brutal, but this is really only found to happen in times when food is scarce. If there's plenty of food, all the babies have a pretty good chance of growing up, but food is scarce. I'm afraid the eldest child becomes the preferred child. It's like some human parents, yeah. Yeah, everyone preferred older child. So yeah, that's kind of, yeah, it's one of the most common cases of what they call siblicide in the animal world. It's a brutal, harsh world. And they say that most of this is due to the consequence of the staggered laying egg periods, because, you know, a couple weeks makes a big difference in terms of how big and tough you are as a booby. Birds grow up fast, real fast. One thing I think is real interesting about the booby is their hunting and how they've evolved to be better hunters. So they are almost entirely pescatarian. They eat lots of fish, lots of fish. They like a lot of the smaller fish, kind of your sardines, a lot of your little small tropical fish. You know, they're not gonna go tuna hunting. Well, little fish, they're gonna go. What they do is they'll hang out about 100 feet above the air, and then they'll go into a straight dive. And they'll dive straight down into the water, get all aerodynamic, have that nice, I mean, look at that beak. That beak, they point that straight down, get their body above it, and that beak just lets them cut into the water super well. And they'll just shoot down in. It's pretty neat. And then when they're in the water, they can just quick nab a fish. And they found, yeah, they can hit the water at 60 miles per hour. And they can hit it so well and are so dynamic that they'll go 80 feet down into the water. So, I mean, it's pretty impressive. Hit the water and just shoom, like a little birdie torpedo coming in there. And he said, I found that the front of their brain, the side face of the beak, has like a little air cushion inside of it. And so that when they hit the water, the impact that absorbs the impact and it doesn't hurt their brain. So that's pretty neat. And then also, most birds, you know, they have little nostrils on their beaks. But their nostrils, they fuse after a couple weeks of age. And so they're basically non-functional. Like the nostrils are there, but they're like sealed up with beak material. And boobies smell real bad. Oh, I'm sure they do. Oh, God, it's probably terrible smelling. Just awful. Awful. Because, you know, they're hanging around fish all day, hanging around the ocean, and they don't take baths or showers. But anyway, their nostrils totally sealed shut. Totally sealed shut. So that way, when they're hitting the water at those high speeds, it's not forcing water into their nasal passages at 60 miles per hour. So yeah, they don't have a nose. Their nostrils totally sealed up. Basically, no nose. So they breathe entirely through their mouth. And they're very good swimmers. And much like the duck that we covered yesterday, their oil from their skin secretes onto their feathers. And so they're pretty waterproof. You know, they slide right through the water. And once they get out of the water, they dry off very quickly. So these boobies are perfectly adapted for hunting fish. But they, you know, it's kind of interesting. It's like there's a lot of fisher birds. Go watch my osprey episode. Ospreys also hunt fish, but you know, their methods of hunting are so completely different. I think it's interesting how different birds have evolved different ways to learn how to catch the fish. And the blue-footed booby, yeah, not quite as successful as the osprey, but they seem to do pretty good for themselves. Pretty good. Unfortunately, they're not fully endangered yet, but they are threatened because obviously with conditions of the ocean, you know, they're not all really habitat loss, but, you know, the warming of the ocean and the overfishing of a lot of the areas in there, you know, food shortages. It's making it tough for those boobies. Making it real tough for those boobies. The boobies need good support. You need good support for the boobies, or the boobies will sag. So, what do I think of the blue-footed booby? I like them. I like them a lot. I think they're a very pretty bird. I gotta respect their hunting abilities. I think they're awfully cute. You look at cute. No, these cuties. Yeah, you know, little cuties. Love those big bills. It's like, it's not so hard to tell. It's like, where does the beak start and the face start? It's like it's not really delineated. It's like almost look like, looks like the eye is on the beak somehow. It's weird. It's cool. And I love those blue feet. Love those blue feet. Which actually kind of reminds me. It's like, one of those times I saw one of those stupid work emails where someone's like, hey, we're going to do some fun facts around the world. And it's an email forward. And one of them was like, owls are the only type of bird that can see blue. And I saw that and I got angry. How many birds rely on their blue coloring for their mating? It's like, most birds see blue better than humans see blue. Where did that stupid rumor of only owls can see blue? It's I had to reply to that email and be like, you stupid. Lots of animals can see blue. The blue-footed booby can see blue because they look for the blue. You very funny, your sub? Oh, thank you. I'm glad you like the blue-footed booby. So yeah, I gotta figure out. We're gonna do what bird of the day we're gonna do tomorrow. Kind of like how dogs can't look up, or like if turkeys drown in rain because they look up and they drown. It's just like, Budgie Eater subscribe to Tier 1. Yay, Budgie Eater's officially the coolest person in the chat today. Now the coolest person would be somebody who would buy me a pizza. Buy me a pizza so I don't have to take a break to make lunch pizza. Yeah, just buy me a pizza. I want pizza. I'll take a Domino's, I guess. I'm just kidding. Anyway, thoughts on the blue-footed booby? They're pretty good. I hope you like my blue-footed booby. God, you know what? I didn't keep track. This might be bird of the day number 50. If it is number 50, it's pretty good number 50. It's pretty good number 50. We gotta figure out what bird we're gonna do tomorrow. Haven't decided bird tomorrow. But my only rule for my bird of the day tomorrow is it cannot be a water bird. Because I did ducks yesterday and did blue-footed boobies today. No more water birds this weekend. We're gonna do something. Oh, you know what? We did boobies today. Maybe we'll do some tits tomorrow. Yeah. But if you're watching this on YouTube, thanks for watching the video. And if you could go ahead and give the video a like and hit that subscribe button, I would so much appreciate it. You'd make a little crow happy. If you're watching on Twitch, well, I guess we're just going to have to move on to the next segment.